Go.
He just put it on and I was just like, what is this?
Yeah, sick.
He's one talented.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Hey guys, welcome back to the DimesCast. Hope everyone's having a great week. We are here joined with the man himself, Nerve. Welcome, bro, to the DimesCast, man.
Welcome.
How's it going? Thanks for having me. Oh, I like the applause.
Yeah. See, he's good. He's actually good. Underneath that hair of his,
Yeah.
he's actually not too bad.
Thanks, Slim.
That's super
Thanks to
loud,
me.
though. I mean, I really like the applause, though. But, bro, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule. We were just, like, talking before, man, about the current tour that you're on, the constant runarounds and, like, the flights and stuff like that. But, man, it's great to have you here, bro.
I
Sure,
appreciate
thank you.
you. Thanks for having me.
Man, so tell me, man, how has the tour been, brother?
Yeah, it's been frantic. No, it's been hectic. It was a good start in Newcastle. Never been in Newcastle, so they were real happy to have us, and the venue made us fried chicken, so that was like
That's
whatever.
always good.
Don't need to say anymore.
Straight up.
If anyone's bringing any chicken, like any type of chicken
down.
for
I'm
free.
down. Yeah.
Copping that any day of the
And
week.
it was good shit too.
Yeah.
And then Sydney sold out. That was hectic.
Yeah.
Real, like, I got down to my boxes. Smack got down to his Y fronts. He had Y fronts and Jordans on. That was it.
I think I saw someone, like, you must have reshared a video, but you were holding like a Subway and it's like,
Yeah, some dude brought like my whole Subway order. 'Cause
Yeah.
in one of the songs that I rapped the whole Subway order. So he brought it and put it on the stage, and I only noticed halfway through the set. So I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
was it
dope.
the legit order?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
So that was all over the crowd.
By the end of it.
Yeah, and everyone was bringing salt. Everyone's brought salt and vinegar chips to every show as well.
That's awesome. They're
Hey.
fucking the bomb,
Yeah.
bro.
I was thinking about grabbing some today, but I was like, maybe not for today, because you probably just have just hordes of it just stuck in a cupboard or something.
Yeah, and the bouncers like won't let people bring it in too. So when we got to Adelaide, I went to the venue, and like I was going in like just before the doors opened, but like everyone was already in the venue, and there was just a packet of salt and vinegar chips sitting next to me because he'd obviously confiscated them off someone. And I was like, "Fuck, that sucks, man." I appreciate you though.
Yeah.
Much love.
Yeah.
Is there any like other peculiar thing, or like real obscure things that people bring to shows, like that they've like just left there, or?
I mean, it's not that peculiar, but we walked out of the Adelaide show with like half an ounce of weed.
That's a
great
score right there. You
We just
cannot
have
complain.
people throwing it at us, dude. Like,
No way.
well, like not throwing it at us, but like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This one dude, he like DM'd me and he was like, "Yeah, I got like dope weed." So I was like, "Oh, cool."
The plug?
Like, I wasn't smoking at the time, but I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I hit up the boys, and he Ubered like $30 Uber to come sell it to us. We didn't even give him any money because he wouldn't let us give him any money. We were trying to pay for it. He said nah, and then he Ubered home. So we put him on the door for the show, and he came through. So I was like, cool, at least we could give him something.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
after the first track, I was just like, shout out Dave for the bud.
Everyone would have lost their mind.
Yeah. And I reckon he was just like, he was up the back just like, yeah.
Or the people that just crowd surfing him, mate, just throwing him up.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, it was good, man.
Man, yeah. I mean, all the footage that I've personally seen on your IG and just like on Facebook and stuff like that, it's just been mental, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just like have you received this type of like hype off any other project that you've done? Because you've recently just come off on the Mama's Boy.
Yeah.
Is it an album or an EP?
It's a EP. I'm gonna call it an EP.
Yeah, right.
We were trying to figure that one out before too.
Yeah.
It's a big EP.
Yeah.
It's a huge
It's dope.
EP,
It's dope. It's dope.
But yeah, I mean, like, we've had diehard fans for a while, but I guess like it's different now. I think this project's way better for live shows, and I think that was like a lot of the process of making it was like, I did so many shows last year that I really was able to discern which tracks go off and why they go off and why some others don't. But like, obviously not all tracks have to have people like crowd surfing and going fucking mental, but that's what I like right now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. while I'm young and I can jump on people and shit. Yeah, but like, yeah.
I mean, from the get go, when from the first track onwards, it's you can feel that vibe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a rage, like
Great energy.
going in straight away.
Yeah.
And especially with the Sunday roast, man.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
We've been jamming that
bro.
so much, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Like
It's so good,
Appreciate
man.
that.
it is such a vibe. And JK47,
Yeah,
man.
he's a beast.
How did you link up with him?
So funny story, actually, last year in like January, I did a competition with Body Bag Media, which was like I sent out. So if you're not familiar, you're familiar with Body Bag Media?
I think so.
So they're like, they're kind of like a YouTube channel that was popping off in like 2017, 18.
Nice.
Just doing like one takes with, and they're based in Sydney, just doing like one takes with people, and it was like a real massive scene. It's kind of like part of where Chill and Husky and stuff.
Yeah.
I did a comp with him that was just like, I put up 4 beats on his YouTube channel, and then people rapped over them, and I picked a winner, and
Sick.
we would do a track together. And like as soon as I'd never seen JK before, and he dropped one, and it was just like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he wins. Like, I mean, I obviously waited to see all the other ones, but he was by far the best.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, yeah, we'll do a track, but like it never really naturally happened, and I kind of appreciated that it didn't happen when that was happening, because like I guess like we both just understood that we couldn't force it.
Yep.
And then like a year goes by, and we've been like messaging a bit but not being too hectic about it. And then I went over to Golly's place, who's got Carl Golly, does all my videos, runs No One Network. I went over to his after uni one day, and he was like, oh, JK and like his boys are coming down. And I didn't even know how close they live. They live in Tweed Heads. That's like an hour away.
Yeah.
You know, like, so like I thought he was like way over there. Or something.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh yeah, they're coming down and they're going to do a one take tonight for Vinco. So Golly was shooting a one take. And I was like, yeah, cool. Cause like I'd never met them before, but I'd like been following them, or like JK at least.
Yeah.
And then he rocked up, and it was just like instantly like a vibe. Like they all rocked up, and they didn't know I was going to be there.
True.
And they like flipped out when I was there, when they got there, because like he was with all his brothers and like his mates that were like obviously big fans. So they like flipped out when they saw me, and I was like wigging out, because I was like, whoa, because this is like March or April this year. So like
this
not
year.
not long ago. Like that's when we first met.
Wow.
And then like, oh shit, my bad.
Hey, all good, bro.
Yeah.
You can answer it if you like.
Silent. No, it's okay. Yeah, so we just like spent like an hour and a half just rapping. Like, and I haven't done that in so long. Like when I was young, when I was learning, it was like, yeah, all your mates, like you sit around, you just spit bars.
Yeah.
And it was like, I hadn't done that in a while. I was busy with other shit. And it was like, yeah, we just spent like ages just rapping to each other. And I was just like, damn, bro. Like, him and his brother. And like, they just have like, they got the funk, man.
Yeah.
And you know, like, I'm like, with music, like I'm all about like just this like indescribable like funk. I listened to a lot of funk music when I was growing up, and like I know like you can tell when someone's got it and when they don't, and you don't have to have it, but for hip hop it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
sure.
like I was just like, bang, you're dope.
Yep.
And then like got him up. I was like, what are you doing? I'm pretty sure I was like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like I was like, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's do some shit. And then they came back up and we recorded like a couple of tracks. And then like, yeah, we just did a bit more stuff. But then the Sunday roast one, I was like, I got to get you on this EP. And then, so that just came together real natural.
Man. Because, you know, funny thing is, I actually went to school with him.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Where? In Tweed?
In Tweed. So
That's
I'm originally from Kingscliff. Yeah.
No
yeah.
shit.
So like, I think the boys you might have been describing as the Grassiest Minds guys.
Yeah. Oh well, Gratis.
Oh, Gratis,
And, and like ECB.
Yeah.
So like his actual brothers as well.
Yeah, crazy. Wait, Shaniki?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So we all went to school together.
Yeah. So they're all playing the show on Saturday.
What?
Yeah. ECB.
No way.
Yeah. So it's like JK and his two bros.
That's crazy.
They're doing the opening set.
You know what? Actually, this is gonna be funny as, man. But so when I first started DJing,
Yeah.
like I had this MIDI like controller.
Yeah.
And anyway, one of my mates was like, "Oh, you know, you've got decks?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like this is
Yeah.
legit when I've only started playing for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, one of my mates is running a party on the beach.
Yeah.
You should go DJ down there." I was like, "Okay, sweet." So I got my laptop, got the MIDI controller, walked down to the beach, and bro, literally there was probably about 300 kids there.
Hectic.
Like, and it was up in the sand dunes.
Yeah.
And when I got there, bro, Shaniki is just rapping, like just throwing down, and everyone's around him like going, oh, like it was insane, man. Like a young Shaniki, and he turns to me, he's like, oh, bro, you DJing? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, hard. And then I like plugged in the controller and whatnot, and then like threw on like an EDM beat, and then he starts coming in and rapping over the EDM beat. I'm like, oh.
That's dope.
Yeah,
And then so legit, I was playing for like 10 minutes, and then down the beach we just see these two floodlights coming towards us, and there were cops, and it didn't end well for the cops, let's just say that.
Yeah,
So it was pretty crazy, like 300 kids just like dispersing, and bottles are going everywhere.
Hectic.
Yeah, so that was it was pretty fun. So that's probably my
crazy.
funniest moment
That's
with
crazy.
Shaniki.
Man, like Chigs, he's a fucking G, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's such a G, and he's just like got mad West Coast steez.
Yeah, for sure.
So like I'm pretty sure like he's gonna be doing like an EP in the No One Studios as well. So we're gonna be
Nice.
working with him closely.
Yeah, I'm actually really proud of him, man.
Yeah.
Because he's come a long way.
Yeah.
Like he definitely had like a bit of a troubled like upbringing and stuff like that. And just to see him where he's at now, like I saw him at Listen Out,
Yeah.
and I was like, how the hell are you on stage on Listen Out? But then I realized they came out and performed with you.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, like I'm so proud of him just where he's at. So man, shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, Chigs.
Hopefully we can see you this weekend, man.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, tell me, how was the Listen Out experience?
How was that?
Listen Out was dope. That was like one of my goals this year has been to get like a festival. My 3 goals this year was to sell out a tour, keep my GPA above 6, and play a major festival.
Nice.
So I deferred this semester. So first semester I did, and then I was like, nah. So just like technically I've still got my GPA above 6. It's all cheap.
That's all good.
We're still good. We got that. We're good.
But nah. So getting Listen Out was awesome. I did play Groove in the Moo in May in Townsville, but that was a bit different. Listen Out was like the first time I've been like, I won a contest because of my music to go play a festival.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. Like,
How was the feeling of winning the Triple J on Earth comp? That would have been.
it was
massive.
massive. Yeah, it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
I actually missed the phone call. I was like, I don't pick up any numbers that I don't know. You
Of
know
course,
what I mean?
yeah.
So like, and it was a block number, so I was just like, oh, whatever, what's that? And then my manager hits me at like 6 p.m. and he's like, hey, did you get a call from a block number today? And I was like, yeah, I didn't pick it up. And he just sent like, ha, 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 ha. and then just sent me the little thing, like the little photo that's like Triple J Unearthed comp winner.
No way.
And I was just like, because what they wanted to do was Triple J were going to call me and be like, hey, you've won. And I would have been like, whoa.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
would have put that on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, it is what it is.
Just be like, bring me again. I'll just pretend nothing's happened.
No, but that's the funny thing about like Listen Out. So like the first thing I did when I got there was like go get a free brekkie and shit. That was like, I think like playing festivals is sick, but it's just like playing a show is always sick. But like the way the whole setup of a festival is so much more fun as an artist.
Yeah.
Like being back in these nice spots and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
getting food and shit. But like it was crazy for me because I went and got some food and got ready and chilled out for a bit. It was super fucking hot that weekend, I think.
It was.
And we were all just like chilling back there, and it was just like me and my crew. We were sitting around a coffee table, blah blah blah, like eating food, and we just hear like, "Hey guys," and it's like, "Oh," and like get up and turn around, and it's just Denzel Curry like putting his hand out there. He's just like, "How's it going?" Like he didn't know anybody that we were with. He just came over and was like, "Hey," and just introduced himself to everybody. And
What?
was just like, "What's up?" Like.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
dude was a sick cunt.
Yeah.
Like, mad. And so like meeting him was a trip. And yeah, he was heaps funny. And then like when I walked out of my tent and saw like Slow Tie and his producer, I was just like, yo. So I just walked up and I was like, welcome to Australia, bang bang, like shook hands with him and shit. And I went over to order some food and the chick's like, what do you want? And I was like, I had no idea what was going through. I was like, I kept it cool and now I'm not, and I'm just like, fuck. I try like not to idolize too many artists too much because I want to do my own thing. But like if we're talking like 2019, for me it was literally like Denzel Curry, Slow Tie, and then they did festivals, made a track together, and then came to Brisbane, and then I played the festival. I was like, what the fuck? yeah.
That's a trip, man.
Yeah.
Like
That's so crazy.
I was gonna say, like sometimes it's hard to meet people that you look up to.
Yeah.
But like having people like that come up to you and be like normal, it makes you feel so much better.
Yeah,
We've definitely like gone past some like pretty.
You can tell when someone's
shady
going to be
people.
a dick, though.
Yeah.
You can kind of just like, I don't know, especially because of social media. Now you
Yeah.
can see like everything about somebody.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you kind of know. But yeah, like I guess like it's just all about how you do it. You just treat them like they're a person.
Yeah,
same
for
as
sure.
you. And like I didn't ask for a photo. I probably should have. Like I regret not asking for one, but I was also just like, oh man, like.
There would be that dude, you know.
Yeah. And then like there's no problem like, but as another artist, I don't want to be that dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like in my head, I'm like, well, if I really am doing what I want to be doing in like a year's time, I'll be playing festivals like in your slot.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean?
And you guys will be actually friends. Like that's just you're on your normal level. Like
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, no, that was cool. I actually missed Slow Tie's set though, because this brings it back to the Triple J thing.
Yeah.
They wanted to do an on-air interview live on the phone, and we did, but they were fucking around with all their gear and they got it all messed up. So like they were trying to call me for 20 minutes and the whole time I was missing Slow Tie's set, and I was trying to find a quiet place because the guy's like, hey, I'm calling from Triple J, and I was running around the festival and people were like, no, what the like grabbing me and shit, and I'm like trying to talk and I'm like, man, this is really important. Like, and so yeah, that was hilarious. I missed Slow Tie's set, but I did see him jump up for Denzel Curry, so that was all good.
yeah. See,
And yeah, no, that was fucking sick.
yeah, nice, man.
So you've been booked for another festival coming up.
Yeah, No Limit Fest.
Yeah, with the HP Boys and stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be loose.
Yeah, that's
excited.
gonna be hype, man.
That's HP Boys' first Sydney headline.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Like they've played some club stuff, but yeah, first Sydney headline's big. Like, I saw yesterday that Engineers just went gold.
Yes. Yeah. We were
That's
talking about that
That's
yesterday.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And like they were sort of, because we were talking to one of their guys in their team, and they sort of like played it off as just like, cool, like yeah, sweet, like because I don't think they understand like they're really really big, like how big they actually are.
Or maybe they're just used to it already. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I feel like they're really big, but I think that like everyone in Australia is checking them out. But I think like their numbers are so big because of the I reckon there's big UK audience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Because like UK got into 1-4, saw that Aussies were doing drill, and now like you see a lot of people getting confused. Like as soon as they see a Polynesian, they think it's drill.
Yes.
It's like, what do you? Because like HP Boys don't make drill music.
No.
But still, they're gonna get that UK audience.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And there's like people popping up every week, man, dropping
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
going crazy. But HP, like, I really like what they're doing because they're not overly like intense with like violence or anything. They're kind of just G's.
Yeah.
And their little like samba style.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. And actually, this is what we really wanted to talk to you about. Like, what do you think now? Like, how do you see Australian hip hop right now? Because we were looking at actually like with some of our notes we were going through. What was the group that you were in?
Oh, like way back.
Yeah.
Syntax Junkies.
Yeah, so we were looking at that.
That's good research.
Yeah, shout out to our
Marshall
Eminem
over there.
back there.
Marshall.
So we were watching that and like, bro, first of all, dope cipher. One of the tracks we were listening to, and like we were just saying like, man, you guys were like back then you were repping like Brisbane, like at the forefront. Back then, now everyone's because everyone's getting a bit of a voice. Everyone's like bringing Brisbane up, which is good, like, and it's great. I love to see it. But personally, from you who's been in it for a long time, how do you feel it is right now?
Brisbane specifically, or like Australia?
Both.
Both. Who would go both?
Go both.
Brisbane specifically, I don't even know because like I don't know. Like I like living in Brisbane. Because I feel like I'm kind of away from like everything and I can chill out and make my stuff. But in saying that, like that is not necessarily a good thing because that's kind of saying that there's not a whole lot happening. But I think there is a lot happening, but I think there's a lot of stuff that goes amiss because there's not so many networks like working together, and like every time I go to Sydney, I meet someone and they know every other person I've met. Like it's just weird, like almost like too much.
Yeah.
But Brizzy, I think will get there. Like I think like in terms of like all the major labels, you want to talk to a label rep, they're in Sydney.
Yeah.
Or like maybe in Melbourne, but like not a lot of people are like coming out of Brizzy.
Of course.
So, but like in terms of music, man, like yeah, there's definitely like mad talented artists coming out of Brisbane, and a lot of them do go to like Sydney and Melbourne, but hopefully can build up the city so that it's popping here.
Yeah.
And I really like the size of the city, and I think like in 5 or 10 years it definitely will be doing that.
Definitely.
In terms of Australia as a whole, it's just going fucking mental. Right now.
It really has.
Yeah, it's like a boiling pot. Like for the last like 30 years, we've been 10 years behind everyone else, and we're like closing that gap.
Yeah.
Like 1-4. They're not just like one of the biggest drill acts in Australia. They're one of the biggest drill acts in the world.
Yeah.
And that's like not been a thing because most artists from Australia that blow up, they're on a completely different tip. They're not doing what another country's doing.
Exactly.
1-4 is like very similar to the UK and doing it better than the UK. And like that's sick.
Yeah.
And then like you've got Chill, you got Husky.
Yeah.
You got like HP Boys. Fucking love them. I'm like super stoked to be playing a show with them.
Yeah.
So and then we're doing like an after party as well.
Nice.
So that'll be cool.
That'd be crazy.
That'll be insane.
The guys from the festival were sick. They hit me up and they were like, "Yo, we've got like an after party with like a chauffeur service in like a they said like a Mercedes Sprinter. Do you know what one of those is? It's like Chapati G's van. It's sick, man. I was like, yeah, like, and they were like, yeah, bottle service and shit. I was like, man, I'm gonna get all the boys in a Sprinter. It's kind of like a tradie van. But
Yeah.
That'd be crazy,
bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with a lot of the guys that we've been interviewing, like especially hip hop acts, and we've always asked that similar question. Like Australia, definitely right now, it's like the whole world is just watching. Like, then what's next from coming out of Australia? And
well, you never know what's going to come out of Australia either because you've got like every country's influence in Australia.
100%, bro.
Like you've got artists coming like straight out of Africa and like doing music that's like where they came from.
Yeah.
You've got people coming from wherever. You've got just straight up like white trash like me doing whatever we do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking a piss, but like, but like you've got like it's a boiling pot in terms of musical style, in terms of like ethnicity, in terms of culture, in terms of like so many different things. It's a boiling pot, and I think like because of how much is happening now, because of how unpredictable it is now, you've got labels like. They're like, whoa, like they're like, like it's you can kind of do anything right now.
Yeah,
I feel if you put your mind to it.
I reckon it's. I mean, we're talking with Kaylee's, one of an artist from Brisbane, and he was saying now is the best time to jump into being a creative.
Yeah,
anything, any type of creative videos, like just art, just like it's the best time for Australia now, just to jump in it and just go for it.
Just go for it.
Not to hesitate and just like go head first into it.
For
Make the
sure.
mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and just keep going. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and it's like it's. I mean, for Australia, it's an odd thing because we haven't had this in a long time. I feel.
Yeah.
And like it's really good. It's been really healthy. I think. What do you think about like I guess the context of like some drill stuff that's been popping off in terms of like either violence and stuff like that? Do you think that's it's a thing that like that might be a truth for that type of artist, or maybe they're just jumping on a wave because everyone else is sort of talking about it?
Definitely a bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the end of the day, like that's one of the main things that drives that music, apart from like the instrumentals, but like. The instrumentals, like drill music, is heaps good for like boxing and exercise, and it gets you G'd up. So like, I think the funny thing about drill is like most of the people that I know that's listen to, like, it's a really infectious genre. Like if you listen to heaps of drill, you probably don't listen to anything else. You probably just smash drill.
Yeah, straight up.
And like most people that do that are literally like 9-to-5ers. Because I reckon like a lot of people listen to drill because like they don't do that shit, so they're like, oh, like it's kind of like playing a video game, bro. Like, they're like having this like curiosity about it. So like, who knows? I don't know, because like obviously like shit's pretty real. Yeah. And like shit gets real.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It is what it is. Like a lot of people are jumping on it, but like a lot of people are jumping on hip hop as well, and it's just like not getting as noticed. The only reason that it feels like everyone's jumping on drill is because people are jumping on drill and it's getting heaps of views.
Yeah.
So like I think it's not too different. Like obviously, you know, it's like flavor of the month a bit at the moment. But I think like why not? Whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So but yeah, like it's and like a lot of it's like you can see like there's a couple of tracks that I've heard come out already where people are like they're doing stuff that may look like drill, but their actual content matter is like opposing what they've heard. They're being Like, have you seen Lisi?
Yes, yeah.
I listened to that last night and I was like, yeah, like what he's saying is like on point. He's like, I don't know, he's just basically saying like we don't carry knives.
Yeah, since
like,
when do we carry knives?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
that first little thing at the start. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, he's actually sort of, because since he's released that, obviously he's got a bit of attention around Brisbane, and like I think he's a fantastic rapper as well. But I think a lot of people have tried to like one out him.
Yes, that's what we've heard that. Like,
it's like
people are like hitting him up, like, come here, where, like, let's go, let's see if you're real, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and it's just like it's not needed,
not needed at all.
Yeah, because people do like, it's like, I think it's just like, there's so much competition right now. Like people would see a dude from Brizzy like jump up, get 300,000 views in a week, and be like, oh, what the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like, and that's what happens if you're not in your own lane. See, like, I've been working to like be my own lane. I don't care. Like, someone else can get 1 million views, doesn't mean I'm going to get less than I normally get. You know, like, I've got my fan base. I'm going to keep building my fan base. I'm going to do my thing. And that's why I don't jump on the trends and shit.
And legit what I was about to like lead into, like listening to the EP that you've just brought out, like, and obviously like the single that you just brought out recently, the Walk and Talk Part 2.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like it's just you.
Yeah.
It's literally just everything that you've been doing, everything that you've been pushing. It's just you. And man, like congrats to you for like sticking to it, man. Because I know, like, we see a lot of, like, especially in our world, in the DJ world, like there's a lot of different flavors and a lot of different genres that become big, and people start to jump ship on their passion to just to get like a quick view,
bit of clout,
and they just switch up the whole sound design and whatnot. But like for you, man, like you've just stuck at it. You just your sound is just evolving the way that you wanted to. So
that's what I'm going for, I guess. You know, like I'm just doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Doing the things.
But I guess my aim is to just like not be pegged to a certain genre. Like it's probably always going to be like somewhat hip hop related, but like I've been experimenting heaps lately, doing a lot of like singing, doing a lot of changing shit up. So like I'm just like doing that. I think at the moment, like, I'm working on collaborating with a lot of artists, and a lot of artists that people definitely won't expect me to collaborate with. So that's the plan.
Nice.
And just like, speaking of which,
see, man, too quick.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
He's too quick, man.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Let's talk about this, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit.
Tell me, how did this start?
Man, like, there's not a whole lot to it. Hey, I don't know actually how much I can go into it, but basically, like, a friend of mine that, like, I know who was basically, like, that, like, apparently, like, he wanted to do a Australian remix of the song.
Yeah.
And someone was like, okay, like, let's find some Aussie artists. They obviously pitched a bunch of artists to him, and he went like, yeah, these ones.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty much like, I feel like obviously he's coming to Australia in March.
Nice.
And it's a heap good way to cross, because like you were saying, man, everyone's looking at Australia.
Yes.
We've got UK artists wanting Australian artists to jump on their song, and so they can come over here and get our fan base, because because one thing about Australia is our fan base is ravenous.
Yes.
Like, when someone in Australia likes an artist, they love the artist.
For
they
sure.
back them 100%.
Yeah,
in
bro.
the UK, even people that have been listening to artists for 10 years, they're still real, like, you know, everyone in the UK is like, if you don't have a fresh trim, you're fucking wasting.
Yeah.
Everyone in Australia is more like, they don't care so much about
Yeah.
that stuff. If they like someone, they like someone. They're not going to be like, oh, fam, man hasn't got a fucking mad trim and that. I'm going to stop listening to his music.
Yeah.
Australia's got like the fan base that, like, you know, like
The diehards, bro.
the diehards, and they'll spend like $30 Ubers just to go to a show to drop off, you know,
Drop off your weed.
product, and then Uber back home. Like,
ask for
And then
nothing.
Uber back to the show. and then he helped us pack our cab full of our shit, and then went home.
$120 right there.
What a dude.
Straight
What a
up.
Shout out
G.
Dave.
Yeah,
Shout out
Dave.
Dave.
He's the man. You've got to have him as a regular. Which show was it? Adelaide? Oh yeah.
He was like, yeah, if you ever come back, hit me up. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Stay at his house, cooking
Yeah.
breakfast.
Do all of that, man.
But man, back on this, like,
Yeah.
when you recorded this, were you with Hooligans Hef, or was it just you just sent a snippet, your verse, and then?
Yeah, so it was pretty much just like as soon as I got word that this was happening, like I obviously, like, when I heard it was happening, I was like, okay, so I know how this shit goes. Like, this is like, we could take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to get too excited. Like, this has been under wraps for a while.
Oh, wow.
I'm not just going to go tell people it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
who knows, man? Like, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to look
yeah.
like some dickhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, I went and, like, as soon as I found out about it, I was like, cool. Wait, and then just waited to get the instrumental. As soon as I got the instrumental, like, 12 hours later, I had it all written, recorded, done.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I was just like,
Hyped.
get it done.
Need to do this now.
yeah. And then, yeah, just like been pretty much just like waiting, you know, like got back the first mix. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. So it might happen. And then
Wow.
got back the master and I was like, okay, it might happen. It got back like, you know, then got a phone call from someone who's working on the release plan. I'm like, yeah, cool. And then on Monday, which is the day I announced it, I like, look on the Spotify for Artists app, which is like you track your music and
Yeah.
and I was just looking at it in the morning, just checking stats because I'm like a nerd. And like I went into the songs and I was like, oh, what's this? And it was like an unreleased track and it was the track. And I was like, oh shit. So I like called my contact and I was like, so yeah, when's it coming out? And they were like, Friday, you can announce now. Like, and then they sent me all the shit and I was like, yo. So yeah, mad.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, did you know that you were linking up with Hooligans Hef? Like at that time? Okay, yeah, sweet. Yeah.
So they're like yeah, they knew, like I knew what was going on and
Yeah.
I met, oh actually no, I guess I haven't like technically met Hefs, but I did go to his set at Big Sound.
Oh, yeah.
And we hadn't spoken, but I think we knew of each other just through mutual friends, like way back. Like he was working with someone that hit me up for beats for him.
Oh, nice.
Like earlier this year.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw his set, and he must have seen me because I was wearing a full hot pink tracksuit. So I don't know how he was, but I was like, went to his set and just like it was loose, like it was sick, and yeah, he just like messaged me the next day and was like, hey bro, saw you at the set, like legend, and I was like, yeah, cool. And then that happened. This happened like a week after that, and I was like, fuck, all right, mad. And then yeah, so that's dropping in 2 days.
Bro, that's
crazy.
that's big, man.
Yeah,
How you feeling? How you actually feeling? I mean,
I don't know. Like, I think with this shit, I'm constantly getting, like, especially the second half of this year and hopefully forever.
yeah.
Every couple of days, I'm getting a piece of news that's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And, like, so usually it's like the first 10 seconds I'm like, oh shit, and then I just like calm myself down and then I don't think about it until I'm literally doing the thing.
Yeah.
And then afterwards I'm like, what the fuck? Or like a lot of the time, because like I'm like 99.9% sober, generally doing shit like making music, performing, all that shit, and then like I'll like smoke a little bit of weed and just be like, what the fuck?
Just to regather everything.
Yeah, it's just like it helps me like appreciate what's going on.
Yeah,
Of
for
course,
sure.
man.
Yeah, so like probably if this drops and then I get stoned, I'll be like, oh my god.
All the hysteria.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. I mean, so let's take a bit of a left turn on this, bro. So you are obviously a producer.
Yes.
You produce your own beats.
Yes.
You mix your own beats.
Yes.
and you master your own beats.
Yes.
You got the
Dope.
triple threat.
Yeah,
And you rap. Obviously,
Yeah.
you
I
rap when you.
sing and I dance.
But that's coming. That's coming soon.
Yeah.
We got this.
Once you get all five, you get like a ring for each finger. Eh?
Yeah, straight up. I get a 5-finger ring.
Yeah, it gets announced at the show and stuff like that.
Andy models.
You
So-
can't put that up, bro. How good is that photo, bro?
It's so good.
You know, that's me and Obi from 111. We were shooting the video for their new song. So have you heard their new song? It's called So Easy. It's with Matt Corby and Kwame.
Oh yeah.
So I hope I didn't just spoil it, but they're dropping a video.
Oh, nice.
But we were doing like a pool scene, and I was fucking freezing.
Oh, so that was
when
the
I
scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
And then like me and Connor have been working on some like real weird music on the side that we want to like release like next year.
Nice.
And so he was like, "Oi, let's get a press shot for it right now." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah," because like so we just went swole boys.
How's the stance? Eh?
Yeah, dude, I went full bodybuilder on that shit. As soon as I saw the photo, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm gonna
You could tell, like, look at the neck veins,
Yeah.
just forming.
It's huge, bro. It's massive.
That's too good.
It's like
gold.
the fucking most dumb flex ever.
Swole Boys 2019. I just saw that.
Yeah, dude.
That's unreal.
It's definitely satire for anyone that's listening. That's
No, that's you. That's
well,
all you.
It is me. Yeah.
Back to making beats, man. How long have you been making beats for?
Same as like rapping, I guess like 5. Oh man. Wait, how old am I? Yeah, 5 years. Maybe 4 years.
4 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've been making beats for 4 years.
Yeah.
Really? And you've only been rapping for 4 years?
Oh,
Like, generally.
well, like, man, like seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was like, 17 was when I started like writing little raps. Like I had like one friend that liked hip hop. Like it was me, and like I just had to get way out of my shell and just be like, nah, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I like did it, and then it was like me at like Gathers.
Gathers.
Yeah.
Was it around like the Perspex table? You know, that clear table? Yeah.
The kick on table.
Nah, it was worse than that. It was like, get a couple of my closer mates to like leave everybody else and be like, wait, check this out.
Oh, yeah. Nice,
Oh
nice.
no!
Yeah, here we go.
That's way back, bro. I looked like Larry the fucking cable guy. I needed to shave back then, bro.
Wait, which one?
I'm on the left.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
wearing-
wow.
I'm wearing
Holy.
my dad's like gardening shirt with a hole in it. Yeah, man, this is fucked.
Wait, when was this? 2015?
Oh shit, maybe I have been rapping for a while. Wait, what year is it? Yeah, no.
19.
You know what? Let me say 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Young.
Young.
Still going.
And you're traveling Australia and doing all these things,
Sold
man.
out
Exciting.
shows.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Billie Eilish is like 17, so whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many child prodigies out there, like Justin Bieber and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
man.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah. But I mean, taking things seriously for like 4 years, I think that's really impressive,
Yeah,
man.
to get to the level that
Oh,
you're
thanks,
at already.
The level that you are already,
Appreciate
and like, and even your beats, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they're hard.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
They're
Yeah.
super, super hard.
No, I was very lucky to meet some real talented people along the way that definitely taught me a lot.
So do you have like a musical background, or is it just you're just a super fan of hip hop?
I tried to learn guitar and was too lazy. I tried to learn keys and was too lazy. I tried to sing, same thing. I guess like I probably learnt music, like both my parents play instruments.
Nice.
Not still really. Like my mum sings and plays keys, but like her taste in music, I do not fuck with her taste in music. Like they're both very religious. My dad is probably the reason I have like any sort of funk in me. He used to play like New Orleans funk and like even like I don't know, like Blondie and shit.
Oh yeah.
Because like I was thinking about this the other day when I couldn't sleep when I was a kid. They used to put Blondie on, and the Man from Mars, which is a song by Blondie, is like 70s or 80s, and she kind of does like a pseudo rap.
Really?
Like she kind of raps in that song. So I
Nice.
was like, yeah, well, I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely like the funk. And then, so my dad showed me a lot of stuff when I was in high school and uni, which was like, like New Orleans funk. So like 70s funk. I listened to like all of it while studying, whatever. And then when I started bumping hip hop, I was like, I've heard all this shit before.
Yeah.
Like all this hip hop songs I was listening to were all sampled from the music I was listening to
Yeah.
before I ever listened to hip hop. So like producer brain kind of kicked in reverse, and I was like, oh, so that's how they did that.
Yeah.
And just like looped it, chopped it, whatever. And then I started making beats because I needed beats to rap on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, that's insane.
crazy.
That's a great progression.
Yeah.
That's not like the usual like traditional like way. People sort of like find an interest in like production and just wanting to learn more, but you sort of like I guess you worked it out yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You sort of unlocked it.
I had like one friend that was like real into it as well. We kind of did it together, and we were like living together for a bit because like our families were like living in the same house for a bit, which was like real cramped. So we were just
Yeah.
like making heaps of music. Yeah, man.
That's sick. Did you produce your whole EP yourself?
I produced 6 of the 8 tracks. One of the tracks, which is called Bad Side, which is like a singing sort of track, that was produced by Adit from Horror Show.
Wow.
And he did like all the production, and then the main sample and melodies and stuff was done by a guy called 18-Year-Old Man. He is crazy talented. Have you listened to Kai? like Miss Shiny.
Oh wait,
If you haven't, check it out.
What's it called?
Miss Shiny is her song.
Wait, what's her artist name again?
Oh, it's like Kiiit.
Oh yes, yeah. Sweet. I just pronounced it differently.
Yeah,
yeah, or wrong.
I think that's yeah.
yeah.
But he made like her biggest track. Like he did the whole beat for that. Like he plays heaps of instruments, all this shit. Anyway, so I was in Sydney. It was the day after a show, and I went to see At It. And we got in the studio, we went out and got banh mi, and then like Vin, 18-year-old man rocked up, and he was like, "Oh, let's go through his thing." So he had like a folder of like 100 loops that were like not just like a sample loop, it was a full song, but just with melody and harmony and a bit of like maybe some bass, but no drums or anything.
Nice.
So you would just pick one, drop it in, chop it up, like, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
And so we did that, and then like just spent like, I wrote the whole song on the spot, and we like finished it in like 6 hours, and then that went on the EP. And then the Sunday Roast is produced by Scaro Beats, who's like a 17-year-old dude from Sunny Coast.
Wow.
And he's a beast. He's got credits on a lot of dope shit.
Why does that ring a bell?
It does sound familiar.
He's on Shadows, Bars of Steel. He's got beats on one of the Fire in the Booths. Like
really?
He's got beats on like a quite a number of things, and like he just stays quite low key.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like, I don't know. I want to get him involved in something.
Yeah,
because
for
he's a
sure,
beast
bro.
at his
Tell him
age.
to jump on the team.
Yeah.
Move down to Brisbane.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you juggle, obviously, because you produce beats for other people. So how do you manage working on your own stuff, but then also being in high demand and working with other artists around Australia?
I've been working a lot less with other people lately. In terms of like doing like, I haven't openly advertised myself as like a service. You know what I mean? Like I'm more so like, if I get in the studio with someone and like it's there, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And to get to that point, obviously we have to like be pretty much mates already.
Yeah, of course.
So like, I can see myself like in 5-10 years, like ideally, I don't know, like ideally there's a lot of things, but I think like as I get older, you can't be a front man your whole life, and I would love to be in a studio doing like some Dr. Dre shit.
Yeah.
People give me artists and I just make hits with them, because if I get in the studio with someone, even if they have no idea about making beats, they could be like, I want a beat that sounds like this, and make some weird noises, and like I've been able to nail it in the past. And like I really do like producing for artists, because it stretches like my ability and changes what I think I can do.
Of course.
So yeah, like I like doing that. I mean, like if I actually really think about it, I probably have got some like production credits on some stuff that's come out recently. I know there's a girl, Lauren. She's just
from
dropped
Sydney?
a song. She's from Sydney. She's living here.
Oh.
She's just dropped a song called Cross the Line, and I produced that, and we made that a while back, but she just took her time with releasing it, and it got like mad playlisting. It got like
Nice.
on Spotify and shit. She's like the cover of the Drip playlist. If
No
you
way.
think about it.
Nice.
And that's her, and then I made that track with her. Like this is like the second time we'd met.
Yeah.
It's always like straight away as well. You always know straight away.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been doing that.
It's I feel like you're definitely right. Like working with artists, and then you're in the studio and you're trying to the vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to ignite that vibe, and like I feel like there's no other better feeling when you both know that you've nailed it.
Yeah.
And you walk out of the session like, yo, this is it. Like
Yeah,
that's
you definitely know if the vibe's there for sure.
Yeah, and I'm pretty bad at hiding it if it's not there.
yeah.
So like I'm like real bad at pushing something that I'm not feeling. That's why I don't do like really often I don't do like paid sessions or anything.
Yeah,
'Cause,
true.
like I don't know, like I'm happy enough with where I'm at that I don't need to be running around making music with people that I don't really fuck with.
Yeah.
Which is not like I don't hate everybody. I'm just like, yeah, I'm busy.
Your time is
for
precious.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you're touring the country, you're barely even home.
I guess it's more of a factor of I would rather, if I had the option of doing sessions all day for a flat rate and then just forgetting about the song, or taking the time out to make a song that I think I won't charge them for, but I'll make money off the release if I get a percentage.
Of course.
Which is like incentive for me to make a good song.
Yes.
That's going to get a lot of plays.
Yep.
That's what I want to be doing. Like
Yes.
I want to have a finger in every pie. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get,
Of course.
yeah. And like it just takes, you just have to meet those people first. Because if I feel like I don't like reaching out too early because it can just be weird.
Yeah.
Like that Scaro Beats dude, he was DMing me for months, and he was just saying, "Hey man, hey man, hey man." And as soon as I see that, I'm just like, "Oh, it's like whatever." And then a friend of mine was like, "Yo, check this kid out. His beats are crazy." I like looked at his Instagram once, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I messaged him, and I must have been really staunch. I was like, "Did you actually make these or not?" I messaged him. I was like, "Did you make?" I think I was a bit less intense than that. But
Prove it.
I was like, his things are like 17 Australia, blah blah blah. I looked at the beats and I was like, "Nah, fuck off." And I was like, "What program do you use?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, use the same thing as me." And I was like, "Did you like make these beats?" He's like, "Yeah." And like he like didn't even like he wrote all the MIDI and shit. Like he did it all. And I was just like, "Shit, okay." So then like I was like. Sunday Roast was like me being like, "Can you make me a beat like this?" And then 2 hours later, he sent the beat through. I was like, "Bang, let's go."
What?
Yeah.
On point.
Yeah,
Ready to go.
What? That's insane.
That's crazy.
2 to 3 hours and that Sunday race is like done. That's
Bang
insane,
on.
man. That's insane. Who's this?
that is Scaro
Scaro.
Beats.
Oh, it is
yeah?
him.
Yeah, he's like fucking 7 foot tall.
I was just to say.
Yeah.
Kids these days, hey.
He's real humble too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He could like, he makes loose beats, man. Like, I think the one thing that I like want him to do is he makes a lot of tight beats and he makes them really well.
Nice.
But I think he also makes like a lot of other genres too. But I want to see him make like Scaro type beats.
Mm.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Get his own kind of sound. Yeah.
yeah, because that's the way you get longevity.
Of
Yeah,
course.
for sure.
Yeah. Having your own sound that
Sure.
people are chasing
Yeah.
but can't really now.
Yeah.
So with obviously you having credits on people like artists' songs,
Mm.
how did the relationship between you and Chillin' It evolve?
Oh.
Did you work on either some beats or were you mostly engineering?
So with that album, I just did mix and master.
Oh, nice.
So like, but it was like, he pretty much had been promoting this album all year, and then he gives me a call and he's like, "Yo, like, I need to make this album though." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like, and I was like, because I was waiting. I was like, this album, like, well, I haven't heard anything. Like, I haven't heard anything off it yet.
Yeah.
And like, I knew that I was the guy that Chill, like, because all the promo, like, man, I mixed like, if we're talking like that era of shit, I mixed quite a lot of songs for Snow. I mixed Servo. I mixed all the SoundCloud bangers that Wombat and Chill did.
Yeah.
Like all these ones where I would be chilling at home and they'd be like, "Yo, we're dropping a song at 6 p.m. Here's all the shit. Let's go." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I just like did it, and then like it was all just like, I taught myself a lot from that because it was
Yeah.
like just real random songs. There was a lot of recordings that were like real rough, but like I worked with it and
Yeah.
they ended up sounding sick.
Nice.
And but that's not with Chill's album. Chill's album was real easy. It was like Chill was like, "Yo, I got an album coming out. I need to make the album." And I was like, "Done. Give me some cash." And he's like, "Yeah, cool." So like we sorted it out.
Done. Yeah.
And, I don't think either of us knew how big it was gonna be. It's fucking crazy.
I was gonna say,
gold now.
like
Yeah.
like you talk about it as this, like, obviously you've been doing for years with
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
but it's like that's
Well,
just
not
what you
even,
guys are
not
doing.
even, man.
Yeah.
Like I met him in November of 2017,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then that album was done less than a year later.
Yeah.
So like, I've done a lot of shows with him though, and I guess like
Right.
we met in November 2017, but we've been through a lot of shit together in that
Yeah.
short time.
Yep.
Because
Wow.
like obviously like meeting so many people, doing shows, high pressure situations.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit that happened in 2018 that was like, no one's ever gonna hear about it. There was
Yeah.
a lot. It was a high like melting pot.
Yeah.
Fucking oath melt. And like you say Australia's a melting pot now, this was like a tiny melting pot that was just like super high pressure
Yeah.
artists, so like heaps of shit went down, and me and Chill like always stayed mates, and like
course.
always like we never really had any problems, and if we did they were small and we worked it out.
Yeah.
So like yeah, he just hits me up and he's just like, "Yo, I got to make an album." I was like, "I'm your man, let's go." And I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if I'm right on this, but just judging on what I saw, I think he recorded like the majority of it in 2 nights, and he just like got in the studio, smashed the whole thing out, sent me everything, and then I just did it. Like I just
Wow.
did it all, and it was the whole process from being like I need an album to getting the album done was probably like 6 days. Like it was real
Crazy.
quick.
How many tracks on the album?
15.
6 days
Yeah.
to mix and master.
I
Yeah, and
hope-
I
polish.
was leading up to exams and shit as well and working, so it was
No
like
way.
real hectic. Yeah,
Dude.
but I was just like I had passion for it. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be big. Like when I got all the shit, he sent demos, like unmixed demos. The first song I clicked when I looked through it, because I got to the studio, sat down, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in here for 10 hours. Let's go. I played the demo of It's a Vibe, and I was just like the beat, like everything. I was just like, this is the one. And
Yeah.
I remember talking to him, and he's like, oh, what do you think? And I was like, bro, that song's the one. And he was like, oh, you reckon? Like, I like this one, I like this one. I was like, nah, that song is the one, bro.
Yeah.
And like, it was pretty much
Yeah,
like it
look
went
at it
gold.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I am really glad that I did that album, and like, it's good because I feel like producers sometimes don't get the respect they deserve, and like even further than that, like mix engineers.
Yeah.
And like,
fully.
I feel like I got like people really knew that I did that album,
Yeah.
and it's like really awesome that they do, and like I got a lot of opportunities out of that.
Yeah.
And it was just like real natural, man. It was like just a good moment. Like, we worked hard. We were on the phone for like a week doing stuff. There were times when he was like, so there was like, I had the whole thing done, and I
Yeah.
sent it off, and it was like, it's done. And then a day later, he's like, bro, we just got the verse back from someone, like one of their features.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, shit, here we go again. And I would ditch like a uni class or something, go home and fix it all, and then like it was just like, it was hilarious, but it was mad.
Do you like when you tell people this? Are they like shocked? Do you
I
like,
haven't talked to a lot of people about it in detail, I guess.
wow?
Like, cause like I don't think a lot of people ask about this kind of
Yeah.
shit. But yeah,
Well, thank
like when
goodness we asked.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. No, but like, definitely when I say like the whole thing was done in a week, people wig out, because like, it's a fucking big album. Like, I'm pretty sure like almost every track on that's got to have 1 million hits at least.
Yeah,
for sure.
most
bro.
definitely.
So it was, but that's the thing. It goes to show, like, if something's good, it's gonna translate. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you've done it in like, you know, like he recorded that in one studio, sent it over to me. I did it in another. I probably did like at most 3 revisions.
Really?
Of the songs. Yeah, I think that I've got a good, because I rap, so I know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
rappers want to sound like.
Yep.
And when he goes, yo, I want this thing with my voice where I goes like, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly.
got
what
you.
you're
I
saying.
got you on this one.
fam.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. But,
Dude.
yeah, it came out sick. I was real stoked, and then when it dropped, it just went fucking ballistic.
It
really
Still
did,
is,
dude.
man. Like,
Yeah.
it's not only did it pop, it like kept popping, and it's just like loose. Like, I don't know how it works, but it went hard.
This came out.
October 30th. Came out today, a year ago.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's trippy.
Yeah.
That's
He put it all on his story today. Yeah.
no
I only
way.
just remembered that.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's-
this came out today, a year ago.
So wow. So
There you go.
That's insane,
That's still
man.
going hard.
Yeah,
too,
I mean,
man.
yeah, and you can see all the repercussions from that album.
Well,
Like-
he's dropped
Yeah, he's
one song since.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like,
and,
technically, yeah.
and like now he's doing the FOMO like tour.
That's big.
And like he
He's
recently,
he's jumping off the Met balcony.
yeah, we there for that show?
Nah, I was in Newcastle.
Bro, that,
I
like-
was so gutted that I wasn't there, man.
Man,
Man, we played there a lot, and I didn't go to that show, but it looked like probably one of the biggest shows
Yeah.
that
Oh,
venue's
man.
had.
It looked like they like definitely broke a lot of laws to get that.
oh yeah,
Most
most
yeah,
definitely.
bro.
Because I've been there for like a couple of shows, and I'm like, this is not what it looks like.
Nah, man.
That was like made it look like Eaton's Hill.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they packed like the capacity of Eaton's Hill into that.
Yeah,
Oh,
wouldn't
Like,
surprise
I
me.
know.
yeah. Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, shout out Hugh.
Yeah, they've known to overdo it a few on like obviously special occasions like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was wild.
But
I've never
literally-
seen anyone jump off that balcony.
Literally,
Yeah.
like
I don't know how he got up there.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is how did he get up? Like he would have been mid-show, surely.
Yeah, and just keep
And
the
how
continuity.
to get up there from down
Husky
down.
must have just been talking shit.
Yeah, that's
the whole
what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Like just
Yeah,
you're
Mexican
diverting it.
just telling jokes on stage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Correct, guys. He's
not.
coming back.
Yeah,
Give us a second.
Just like a halftime break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like recently, obviously, and even with the 1-4 show, like
That was fucking crazy.
I think that show alone is got to be one of Australia's like most craziest live performance like ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it just blows my mind. Like talking about like if people ask you like this was going to happen like 2 to 3 years ago, you'd be like, no way. This would never happen.
Yeah.
Like, and it goes to show how far we've come in terms of like taste of music and like trends and stuff. So yeah, it's been crazy.
And it's only just starting.
It is only just
I'm
starting.
excited for the future.
Yeah, I think Australia's just got to be like, fuck yeah, we do this.
Yeah. This is just the normal.
There's a massive problem there always has been of people in Australia just not being proud of the music and the hip hop that comes out, but now everyone's like, yo,
Yeah.
So that's all we need. Like, everyone in Australia backs everything in Australia, then it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
'cause a lot of people are like, oh, you listen to Aussie hip hop, and everyone's like, no. Yeah. But now it's like HP Boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shanks and Shivs.
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
But here's a clip of just you live, man. This
That was
is what you can expect on Saturday, guys.
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
Sydney and Newcastle.
Oh man.
That's Nookie. It was his birthday, so we gave him a white bread cake, and he ate the plastic off it.
What?
Yeah, he just took a bite straight out of it, bro. And there was a goon sack, everything, man. It was like definitely a lot of fun.
Actually, sorry, this is Sydney, right?
That's Sydney and Newcastle put together.
Where's that venue?
In Sydney?
In Newcastle, is it?
It's the Nui Hotel.
Oh yeah. No, we've seen a couple of our mates play there.
Yeah.
But this show in Brisbane is twice as big as every other show has been.
Really?
So this is going to be like the show. Like we're like very close to selling the venue out, but we've already sold like pretty much double the tickets of the second biggest show.
Get your tickets.
Yeah.
Get
your tickets now.
guys.
Yeah.
Get 'em
Right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's too late.
Yeah, and if the video doesn't come out, then it's too late anyway. But let's just say it's sold out regardless.
Yeah, we sold out. Yeah. But no, who's on the support that you were saying before?
So we got opening is ECB, which is JK47, his brother Chigsy, and then their little bro Nate.
Yep.
Well, ECB is like all of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, explosions.
Oh yeah, nice.
So we got ECB. And then we got Lauren, who I was talking about before.
Oh, cool.
If you want to check her shit out, she's the cover of The Drip right now. She just dropped a single, Cross the Line, which I produced. And then you got Scrub, who's like OG, like I've always been. Yeah. He'd like.
Marshall's getting.
Do you want to say something? Is there something you want to say? No.
Trigger happy.
Yeah. and then we got Scrub on main support, and he's like my G. Like I've been working with him for 2-3 years, and he's just signed a Golden Era. And he's working on a project with them, so he's going to play some new stuff off that, and then myself, and then obviously as I do, I'm going to get everybody on the show on stage at some point.
I was going to say, is there anything, any special things that you're going to be doing in the hometown?
Yes, so we're doing a full run of t-shirts just to pretty much throw out at fans because like it's Brizzy and just like fuck it, like we've just got them printed today. I'm doing a giveaway that I'm doing on Insta right now.
Nice.
And then at the show we're going to throw out like at least 20 t-shirts just throughout the show, like
So
just
everyone,
because like
be
we're,
ready.
Like, yeah, we're like,
Be ready.
we're mad grateful. Like I've been doing shows to 5 people, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200, and now it's going to be like 500 in my own city over the last 3 years. So it's like, hell yeah, like let's give back.
Of course.
And just like the love and the crew vibe has been real strong this year, especially with doing all this independently. Like I've been fronting everything myself. So when it goes well, like it has been, I just want to, give back.
Yeah, sure.
And so we're going to be throwing out t-shirts. We're going to be like just general loose show business, man. Like I think like our live shows are pretty ridiculous, regardless. So throwing shirts out will be sick. Definitely going to be mingling with the crowd. We do free meet and greets after the set as well. Like I don't leave until everyone else is gone. So
nice.
That's probably how I get sick so much. Touching like 300 people.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you probably at that show you probably be expecting so many Subway orders and stuff, throwing and salt and vinegar chips.
I got a chick that's like, she's been DMing me. She like goes to the music university down the street, and she's like, I can't make it to the show, but I'm gonna get you some chips, and then I'm gonna leave them with the bouncer. And then she was like asking me, she like DM'd me, she's like, what's your favorite brand? And I was like, had half a brain. I was like, oh, Nike. And then she was like, chips, dickhead. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know, give me the expensive one.
Bro, it'd be dope if like you rock up, there's Nikes there.
Yeah,
just like
just
hard.
fresh air.
Wait, actually, speaking of which, at one of our Sydney show before the last one, we rocked up to the gig. It was at a thing called Awful Things.
Yeah.
If you've seen those.
Yeah.
They're doing the after party for No Limit Fest. Just by the way. But anyway, we did an Awful Things gig in August, and we rocked up, and not me, but my DJ Sammy Mack, he rocked up, and this guy was like, hey bro, I got these for you, and just gave him a brand new pair of 97s.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, shit. Yeah, and the reason he gave them to him was he was like, hey, I saw the tracksuit you were wearing today in your story, and these match it perfectly, so here you go.
What?
And I was like, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's like dope, but low key creepy.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
still dope.
if you want the fans to be a
Of
little
course. Yeah.
creepily dope.
Yeah.
No, that's mad. But yeah, Brizzy show, man. Brizzy show is gonna be mental.
That's gonna be mental.
Because I'm just gonna be like, a lot of the time, I guess like I get anxious before shows because I'm just like a stress head. But if it's like a sold out hometown show, I'm gonna be in the mood.
You're gonna be ready to go, bro.
You're gonna be ready
to go.
Yeah, because I think like generally, I'm like very reserved and laid back, and the stage is when like I get to unleash kind of thing. So like if I've been chilling on the couch for 2 weeks trying to relax because I'm not good at relaxing, but I've been relaxing, so this is gonna be me just doing the complete opposite.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it should be sick.
You need it. You need to. You just need to get out there and just do it. Just cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
I think it's good for your fans if we get into the No One crew.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's get you to explain the No One crew.
Yeah, please, man.
So No One Network is basically a brainchild of Kyle Golly, who's the videographer that's done the majority of my clips. And basically it's a way to bring everything that we do together.
Yep.
So we do a whole lot of different shit. I mean, we obviously started when I met him, we were just doing one takes and little videos here and there, but we met a lot of people along the way. We met videographers, artists, singers, models, fashion designers, all that sort of stuff. So this is essentially Golly and the rest of us documenting everything that goes on.
There's Kane.
Crew. Yeah. Oh, you know Kane?
Yeah. Well, he was
Baddest
a year above me.
Yeah, sick. So like a lot of this stuff is like the merch we're doing. Obviously, a whole lot of tour shit.
Yeah. Sleep Gang. Let's go.
That was us on the plane. That was, man, I'm so glad I'm in Brisbane right now. But yeah, like a lot of tour stuff, merchandise, kind of building a brand, doing a lot of like the studio we record out of is the No One Network studio.
Nice.
Yeah, he's pretty much just covering everything that the people that really care about it will look at.
Yeah.
So like doing a lot of photography behind the scenes, a lot of candid shit. Yeah, like every photo of these I can tell you like a story about because of the way he does his thing. Like
Awesome.
something like as an artist, I need someone to take like hectic press shots, but he's the kind of guy that takes the behind the scenes stuff that really matters. He also did photography for Black at Listen Out.
Really?
He got hit up by Black's creative director just on Insta, and they were like, "Yo, so yeah, play that shit." He was just hanging out with Black's crew the whole day.
I was gonna say,
He was a wig out.
I was lucky enough to meet that guy when he came into Culture Kings. Like
Real
he,
low-key, hey.
yeah, real low key.
Quiet,
But his whole team was like super funny. Like
Yeah.
they were. I don't know what they did on like a part of the crew, but they were just like they must have been part of the band actually.
Yeah, he's got like because Golly was talking with them a lot during the day, and I think they're a very randomly assorted crew. Like I'm pretty sure it was like housemates.
Oh wow.
true.
Like housemates popping in and out of the house until they all just were like, "Oh shit, let's do some stuff." And then look at him now.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
That's great.
His set was
This
so
drum is
good.
just going hard.
Yeah, so this is like, it was so funny me watching Golly run around on stage with a camera at like the biggest set of the night.
Yeah.
Because he's usually like trying to stay off stage.
Oh, true.
Or like he's a behind the scenes guy.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm
you-
getting him upstage a lot more lately.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
That's dope.
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, with the No One Network, I think it's dope, man. What you guys are
for
doing,
sure.
like
Yeah.
having an output for obviously you guys as a crew, but like just throwing out there like to other creatives to look and be like, man, that's super inspiring.
I knew you were gonna click that.
Like this one is super inspiring. This
I was sober in this. Don't get it twisted.
tell us about this photo. What happened here?
This was a big sound, definitely after my set, because I was trying not to smoke at this point in time. I must have been at Big Sound. That was because at Big Sound I had 3 sets in one night, right? So 111 came to town. They were supporting Rich Brian.
Oh wow!
And so I jumped up with them because I just dropped a song with them. So I played the song at Rich Brian. Half an hour later, I had a set for Big Sound at the Wickham, and then I had to finish that set, and I went hard as fuck for that set because Big Sound is like, you got industry people in your audience, so you have to to get any of those people to jump, you got to G them the fuck up. So I went like 3 times as hard as I normally do, and then I nearly puked after the set. I had like a throbbing headache because I was screaming. Yeah. If you guys see the show, you'll see what I mean, because like the last 3 tracks is not rapping, it's more like screaming and fucking running around like a punk show. Pull my hair out and headbang and
nice.
shit. But then I had to run across the valley in like 10 minutes and do a set for TK. You know, TK
yeah.
So she had like a pop-up show, and that day it was like, hey, do you want to do a half-hour set for TK Mizer? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, mad. So like ran across the valley half dead, walked in there like a sweaty mess. I had like a wife beater and some shorts on and thongs. No. I had a wife beater, I had white shorts, and I had docks with like short socks. Like I looked very weird. And I rocked up there like sweating, and TK's in the back room like dressed up like fresh as fuck, and she's just like chilling, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm fucked. Like I was like sober, but I just felt like so like dead. Yeah. And like anyway, it was heaps funny. And then I like did the exact same set again 10 minutes later, and like got a second wind, and that was better because Big Sound crowds is like less people, and you know they're just watching you like, this guy looks like money. yeah. But then this set with TK was like packed flying cock, so it was just like mad. There's actually people here that are keen to enjoy themselves.
Of course.
So I just went like twice as hard.
Was it upstairs?
Yeah. Upstairs.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I just went like twice as hard and like got loose with it, and it was mad. And then I just partied to TK's set, and then had a little chat with her, and then that was cool. Yeah. So
that's dope, man.
That
sounds like a big night, and obviously this is the result of it.
I was supposed to have an exam that night, and that's why I've deferred uni this semester. I was like, saw that, and I was like, fuck that. Yeah,
and I'm out. Just quickly, I just remembered you recently played a show at Eaton's Hill. Was that correct?
Yeah, that was with G-Unit.
Lloyd Banks. Yeah. Did you get to meet that man?
Yeah, very briefly after their set, because I was just kicking it. I think I had listened out the next morning.
Oh, that's right.
Keep it low key, but after their set, they came down and we all like shook hands, and I was like, mad. But yeah, it was pretty low key. It was a chill one.
Yeah, because like Lloyd Banks and
Tony Yayo.
Yeah, Tony Yayo as well. Yeah, because they're like legends. That would have been pretty surreal.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool, man.
Nice.
That was real cool. We had a good set. Brought the boys up from Tweed again. So.
Always there.
Always.
Okay, you know what? Every single time I see you play now, I've just got to expect they're just there.
Yeah, bro. They're just like vibes, man. Like they got the funk and they know how to play, and they are just mad at like even just like bro. Like even just watching JK do backups.
Yeah.
Like watching him ad lib a dude on stage, I'm like, ooh, and he's just because like all he's doing is like ad libbing, but he's so into it and shit. Yeah. He's just mad. He's dope with it.
Their new track.
The Gratis guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon
Stride?
That goes hard.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the video clip and was like, yo.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
They're real cool. They got a vibe.
So, after all this EP, after this tour is done, brother, what is your plan for the rest of the year and maybe even to next year, man? What have you got planned? Something that you can talk about? Or
I've just got heaps of shows coming up, even though I've just finished tour.
Yeah.
So, I've got No Limit Fest in Sydney. I've got a one-day Sunday party in Brisbane at X Cargo. That's with like Jeswa, Iconic, Creed.
I think you showed us.
Yeah. I just haven't promoted much because I've been doing my own tour. And then I've got 2 regional Adelaide shows with Wombat and Alex Jones, and then a Melbourne show on the 23rd of December, and then a big thing to end the year that I don't think I can actually talk about yet. But a big show. A big show. And Big
Is that New
show.
Year's?
Around that time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
You
I'll
go
have
around that.
have that happening, and I'll I don't know. I might release some more music before the end of the year. Well, I mean, I've got this H remix dropping right.
Yes.
now.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
tomorrow.
And then I guess
Friday.
Friday, and then I guess that's the rest of this year, and then I don't know. I'll probably be seeing H when he comes here.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
Yeah,
something
yeah.
might happen there.
Yeah,
Maybe.
for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Is there any other questions that you want to ask the man, brother?
I think we've got through
I think we've got through a lot of it, man.
Yeah.
Well, bro, I mean, it's been such a pleasure having you
yeah.
here, man.
appreciate it.
And as I said, man, you're a busy man, and taking the time out of your busy schedule, it's actually been a pleasure having you
Yeah,
here,
appreciate it, bro.
That's all G.
Anything? I mean, you just plugged a lot of stuff there, but anything right now that you want to plug right now? Obviously, the show. Get to the show this weekend.
Yeah.
The show this weekend. Listen to my EP.
Yeah, stream it.
Leave it on loop, on mute all night.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But yeah, listen to the EP. Check out No One Network. Yeah, all of that. You
Awesome,
know?
man.
Yeah, the people that need to see this will see it. So
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah,
Let's go.
100%.
Yeah. Also, follow the man on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Keep DMing him some random stuff.
Getting
Like,
those chips.
He-
So
I got,
he-
one
good
chick,
chips.
I got one chick just sending me her dog, like, updates me on her dog. Like, she's coming to the Brisbane show, and she's like, he went to the vet today, he had a tick, and then just sent me all these photos.
were you like, yo, cool?
Honestly, she's probably hit me up again already, bro. She's giving me, like, daily updates, man. I'm not even joking.
No, you know what? That's cool, and that might be like funny and quirky. But then, what happens? Something happens to the dog. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you
dude.
don't want to get too connected
Yeah,
to the
like-
dog.
Like, now you're invested.
Sorry?
Now he's invested.
Yeah, I know you're
invested in
invested.
the dog.
Or at least she thinks I am. Nah, it's a cute dog, man. Anyway, I can't be bothered to find it.
I was gonna say, yeah. Keep DMing him. I know he's looking for Nikes. He's definitely
he's-
looking.
he's chasing
He
the
wants them Nikes up there. Follow him on just all platforms.
Yeah.
You've got a Facebook, obviously, man.
Yeah, I got a Facebook. It's just nerve-aus.
And make sure you guys follow No One Network as well.
Yeah,
on
for
all
sure.
platforms. As you said before, stream all his music. Just get
Buy
amongst
tickets
it.
to
Yeah.
my shows. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Now the Brizzy boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
support the boy. Support the
Yeah.
boy. Nah, man. Hopefully have a how many more shows at the end of the tour? Is it just Brisbane and that's it?
Just Brisbane. That's
Wow.
it.
Yeah,
So we're
go out with a
finishing-
bang.
Yeah, finishing with a bang.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
It's
dope.
sick. Yeah.
So, bro, thank you so much for being here, man. And we
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
everything. And we'll see you guys next
See you
week.
guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.